Welcome to this week's episode review of Rising the Shield Hero, episode 9. Off the bat, on the beginning of the episode, you can see that the relationship between Philo and Rataphilia has kind of changed since that Hot Springs episode. Like they get along better and have they're more like a team now instead of like a kind of like too competitive and hostile towards each other, because they both are vying for Naofumi's attention and favor, and they've kind of realized that we have the same goals, we care about the same person, and so like they've kind of almost been like sisters now, which is pretty cool. And while they're there, they meet up with Melty, who's this mysterious girl that they don't really know about, but they know that based on her clothing, like she's probably some sort of noble's daughter, rich family. So they've learned that she needs to go to the capital too. She got separated from her family because she got she got distracted and separated when she was messing with the Flolials. So they decided, hey, why not for a reward? We'll take you home, make sure you get that reward. On the way back, when they're sleeping, they get a little scare that Melty, he just saw her clothes down there, right? She's gone, and you just see Philo just sitting there. It's like, oh, did they just eat her? But no, she was actually just sleeping in her feathers, and I thought that was pretty funny. And I'm not gonna lie that those feathers, they look pretty comfortable, like just sinking in there and just being surrounded by fur and feathers, and oh my gosh, I can see how they could fall asleep in that. And apparently there are some special properties in those feathers too, because Rataphilia just touched it and she just sunk in and fell asleep, right? Like that's pretty cool. It makes you wonder if maybe Naofumi is going to use those feathers. They don't mention things for no reason, right? Like most likely he they showed feathers laying around, so maybe he took some of them, stuck in his shield, and maybe using those properties later. Once they go back into the capital, they go their separate ways. Philo escorts Melty home, and then Rataphilia and Naofumi go to the church, right, where they meet the Pope. And while they're there, obviously they're being mistreated still. The public opinion of them in there is just like, they're just like, oh, why is he here? Oh my gosh, like I don't know, it just seems like there's something bigger going on when it comes to the Shield Hero that we don't know about yet, that hopefully we'll learn. And so they even try to rip him off, like giving him some cheap holy water that probably wouldn't be able to cure Rataphilia, and that's just messed up, right? 'Cause we get to meet the Pope, and he's someone that's he's been there, right? He was there during all of Naofumi's trials and tribulations, and so I can kind of guess that he's probably not a good guy. And just from his creepy smile, and you can't see his eyes, like those are kind of like red flags when it comes to anime in terms of suspicious people, right? And of course, what a Shield Hero without running into Motoyasu and having him mess things up and try to act virtuous and just be a stupid airhead. And so I guess they were being forced to duel again by Mine, which, she was also, another annoying character in the series. And it turns out that her orders got shut down by Melty, who, she looks a lot smaller than her, so you assume that she's younger, and they even say that. And it makes you wonder, like, hey, how is she able to do that, right? Like, she seems to have more weight and power when it comes to, commands and orders. And I guess we learn eventually that she's actually the next in line for the throne, and Mine isn't. And that's interesting, right? Because it makes you wonder what did Mine do, or what happened to make that situation happen. Like we'll just see. And since she's next in line, right, I feel like it also kind of puts her in danger, because I'm sure Mine, with her manipulative ways, she will probably find some way. Like she'll probably try to find some way to get her status back. And who knows what she'll do, right? If she's willing to frame someone for rape, like, you know, she's probably willing to do other things, you know, to her own family. So the episode ends up with Melty talking to them all inside that shop, and, you know, Naofumi, his reaction is understandable. He doesn't want to listen to her, and he's telling her to get out. And I guess we'll see if she really does. I mean, I hope we get to hear what she has to say, because she obviously has some insight when it comes to the Shield Hero. She wasn't there when all the bad stuff happened, right? And that was probably for a reason too. And I mean, she was in a weird plagued village too, and so like, I feel like, you know, she's going to be important in this series, because it's obvious that she's not a bad person like the others. And so I guess we'll just see what happens, right? So let me know what you guys think of this episode. Why do you think Melty was there in that plagued village in the first place, right? Because obviously we saw that Queen's Guard up there watching over her, and I just feel like in the shadows, right? Like in the front there's the king that's openly trying to slander the Shield Hero's name, but in the background the queen is supporting him, right? And I don't think Naofumi realizes that yet, but I'm sure that their meeting wasn't just mere coincidence. So that's it for my review. Overall, I thought it was a really good episode. There's a lot of funny moments, and it's actually gotten pretty interesting now with the new princess in town. So give me some comments, some advice on my videos. I'd like to hear from you guys, and I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.